Hello, Nienke here from links.com, and we are doing the second project from our August online class. Still using the ladybugs but making bees. So we're going to use our folder punch. I'm just going to put that off to the side, and our hive embossing folder, ladybug stamp set, and then our cardstock. So this was project number one. We're doing project number two. You can just follow along. If you want to go over to my website and see if I still have optional class packets available, you are welcome to get those. You will receive all of the cardstock, envelopes, embellishments, and ribbon that you need to make these projects. The only thing extra will be the punch and your stamps and ink. Okay, so I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock which I'm going to cut at 6 1/4. Now on our trimmer, that is a bit difficult. It's the last little tick before the bend of our arm, so we're going to go with 6 1/4 and then 3 3/4. Now again, if you have the online class packet, this will already be cut, embossed, and scored for you, so you don't need to do this. Just showing anyone who will be using their own supplies. Okay, so that is our piece of cardstock. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to emboss this piece. Okay, now it fits. It just fits into your embossing folder. The embossing folder is about 6 inches, so there will be a little bit at the top and the bottom not embossed, but that's not bothering me. For I am very excited about the effect we're going to get with this. So push it up, keep it straight. This is a bit of a directional pattern, so you don't really want it to go do not be straight. So I'm going to emboss this and be right back. Okay, so here we have our piece embossed. Like I said, it has that teeny tiny strip at the top and the bottom, but we don't mind that. I just absolutely love this embossing folder. It is amazing. I'm going to grab my Simply Score tool for this part. I do like that it gives us more, uniformity. I do like it feels like it's more accurate. It doesn't do a 1/16 of an inch. It just does your 1/8, but that is fine. We will work with that. So on your 6 1/2 inch side, we want the front of the box. So we're making a 3D project. I'm not sure if I said that. I'm going to use the side that's got the smallest part not embossed, so that I know what's the front. Okay, so starting from that side, I'm going to score at 3/4. Okay, oh, whoops, jump the track. 1 2 3. Just take your time, because the cardstock is embossed. It is more fragile. The fibers have been stretched already, so just give it some time. Okay, so that I'm going to I'm flipping it around so that I can know that my box will be even on either side. We're going to do 3/4 here again. Very slowly. I'm just making sure that I have a little bit of a crease. I don't want to press hard to cut through my fabric. So this is going to be our bottom 3/4, and then we are doing 2 3/4. The reason I'm doing the bottom, this measurement first, is the paper stretched a little bit, so that extra stretch is going to give us some leeway with the lid of our box. Okay, and go 2 3/4 and 3 1/2. 3 1/2. So now, because of the embossing, the paper is a little bit longer than what we cut it, and this is going to be our bigger area, so that the box will close nicely. Okay, it will be our lid, and I'm going to cut it. Also score on the 3 3/4 inch side, on 3/4 and 3/4 on either side. Okay. Here we go. This way. And I'm going to very carefully, this is going to be the front. Now, while I still remember, I'm going to, this is just a half inch circle punch. If you have one, use that. If you don't, just use any. And I'm just eyeballing and trying to see where this score line is versus that score line. I'm just eyeballing it. If you want to measure, you can. I don't mind. Just want to make sure I remember where the front is. Very gently, I'm going to fold and burnish score lines. So I hope you're having a great day. We have school fast approaching. Here, kids are all excited. I'm excited. Going to have a great year, I'm sure. And we're still enjoying the last little bit of summer. Okay, so there we have, I have this. This will be the top of my box. And I have scored and burnished. Okay, so I'm going to now cut my angles. This one I want to fold up, this I want to fold in. So cut straight up this score line and straight up this one. And then we're going to just do a little bit of an angle cut here so that it will just make the box fold better. Trying to make it such a small little angle this way. And now here I want to adhere this flap to the top of my box. I will show you why now, and I'm just going to angle this a little bit in because it needs to fold into the box. So I need to remove a little bit more bulk from the bottom. So angle both of those pieces. And then this one will be the top. So I want this to be straight again, and then a little angle with the tab for the tab. Same on the side, straight on. Where's my score line? Right there. Oh, well, straight on that side. Hold on. Okay, straight there, and then a little angle cut on my tab. And this will be the front of the box. So I want to fold these in again. Fold, yes. If I cut them here, you will see that straight edge on the front. So I want to, well, this is going to come over like this. So I rather want to cut it here, quickly think, here, so that you don't have that straight edge on there, right? Yes. Sorry, I'm thinking as I go about how I want the box to look and what I'm trying to accomplish with it. So nice and straight here. So this will, so what you'll see, and then I'm going to fold these tabs back into the box. Okay, so I will put this down for you. So that is what it will look like. Now I'm going to use liquid glue for this just because it is embossed, and I don't want to, you know, the 10 tape should work, but with this deep embossing, 3D embossing, I've found that sometimes the liquid glue just works better. Plus, it gives you some more wiggle room to, you know, get your box straight. So line up your cut edge with your score edge to give it a nice square corner. Now for the bottom, we want to make that really, we want to make it a tight corner. I will show you for the lid. We want to give it just a smidge more room so that it will come over nicely. Okay, so line up your scored edge with your cut edge. Make sure that it's nice and even at the top there. And now I'm going to, do you see these edges flaring out a little bit? That's why I want those at the bottom, so that as the lid comes over, it tucks that in. If we add these tabs to the bottom now, let me just quickly try and show you. If you add those, if you stick those tabs there, these edges are going to flare at the top of your box. We don't want to do that. So we will tuck the bottom in. I'm going to glue this to the top of the box, okay? And now, when I close this in, I just want to give it a smidge of room. So don't, just pull it back a little bit so that you have a little bit of a overlap there. Like that's about a 1/16 of an inch right there, that I'm just giving it so that when I fold my box over, the lid will, you know, fit correctly. I'm going to do the same with this one. Add some liquid glue on the tab, fold it in, and then just give it a little bit. I'm not lining it up perfectly with this corner. I'm just giving it that about a 1/16 of an inch, okay, forward, so that my box will close nicely. You want your lid just to be that smidge bigger. Okay, now let's see. I'll just try fit quickly to see if everything looks good. It looks good. And do you see there's no flaring there because we actually glued these together? Okay. So now we will glue these ones, and we don't need to do that because this is the length we want. Okay, we don't need to let it hang over. We want a nice tight corner. Because it's embossed, it will be a bit tighter of a fit anyway. Okay, so we just need to condition it a little bit while being gentle. Last one. Oh, come out. This in, pull it over a little bit. Let's just get these corners in. There we go. Okay, so isn't that just so cute? Okay, now what we are going to put in there is, if I can find them, is the Ghirardelli milk chocolate squares. So we are popping them. They fit in, just fold in their little flaps. Fold in the little flaps and they fit in perfectly. Let's tuck that in. Make sure you have your corners tucked in. Oh, this one. Well, you know what? I need to glue this one down a little bit more. It is flary. See, that doesn't glue down very nice. This little corner, tuck that in, tuck in that little side. Are you still not happy with me? Oh, there we go. It's, as I said, it's a nice tight fit for your box. Cute. Now that we have our little hive going here, we can add our bee. If I can find some scraps. Ooh, okay. This is this I punched with the bow punch from Pear Pizzazz, and I also have a piece of the DSB that you will find. It's retired, so you will find that in your class packet. I'm going to add that there. Not sure if in the end, I don't know. Let's not glue it down. I'm not sure about this little piece of DSB. Let's just dry fit everything real quickly and see if we like it. Okay. Oh, and I wanted to share another tip with you. If you are punching vellum is probably more sturdy, but if you're punching tissue paper, or this is just the backing of our cling stamps. I'm using that for my wings. It's got the shiny side, and then it's got a more of a matte side. I put my adhesive here, and then the shiny side is at the top. If you're struggling to punch that, just use a piece of cardstock. I'm going to grab some Pear Pizzazz. I feel like I'm swimming in Pear Pizzazz scraps. So I'm going to put my Pear Pizzazz just at the bottom of the piece you want to punch, and then make sure it is in there. This piece is folding. I don't mind. It's just a scrap piece. Make sure you have everything on there. Punch that out, and then you have this perfectly punched, okay, where you would have struggled if you didn't use some secure backing. The back, we're not going to use this thing now. I think we'll see how it goes, but there is that. And then I have some strips for my bee, and I have my, like you can see, my little scrap pieces. I just cut these off. They're easier to punch this way. Put my ladybug in there. Get her punched out, which will soon be a bee. And now I'm going to add some liquid glue so that we can get some stripes on here. Last time I used my grid paper to line up the, to get these straight. But I think I'll be fine now. That little, whoop, yeah, well, maybe I should have used my grid paper. Just hold it for a second. Does that look straight? Yeah. Snip this off. Let's do the next one. We might as well just use that, right? There we go. Oh, I love this. I love the pop of color on the black. Let's give it a second, and then use your bee's body, the black part, to just guide your scissors around very simply. This way. Watch the antennae when you have your, I almost said knife, scissor in there. There we go. Okay, and then we have that done. Now we can add our wings. I use tear and tape. I felt that works well. And I use a very small piece because I don't want it to show. With vellum, it shows way easier. With this little sticker backing, it doesn't, and that's why I like it more. It's still clear, see-through, but transparent. There's the word. Oh, and remember that the adhesive won't stick to the glossy side. Okay, so you need to stick it to the matte side if you're using the sticker backing, obviously, because they don't want the sticker to stick to it. But I do like the glossiness because it gives it more of a waxy wing feel. I think you see, you don't see any adhesive there. With vellum, I feel like you always see adhesive. Okay, so there is that. Not sure if I like that. You know what? Okay, so let's turn the flowers upside down. It's such a small piece because I just want the white there. I don't want her little antennae to be on the black. Who's going to know that your flowers are upside down? No one. Oh, come on. I've got glue on my fingers. Stay. Yeah, see? I like that more with a lighter color there. Who knows anything? Nope. We're good. Okay. So what does Marissa say? Crafty girls do what they want. Let's stamp some flowers. Okay, I have a piece of this. The little stripes is actually from Bumblebee. I still have Bumblebee because I love it. If you don't have Bumblebee or you don't have the kit, because you'll get Bumblebee in your kit, you can use crushed curry. Oh, I'm looking for a block. There we go. You can use crushed curry. That's the color in the DSP actually. Daffodil Delight, and I have my Daffodil Delight little spot. Sometimes I like using the spots now because of the different texture. It gives it more of a grungy, grainy look. Does that make sense? Not all the time. I'm inking this up very well, but sometimes I enjoy using my spots just for that reason. Ooh, pretty, pretty. Okay, let's put that away now. I'm just going to fussy cut it. I know in our previous project we used that small bloom, but I felt it was a bit big for this teeny little box. I felt like the bee was drowning in flowers, so I'm going to just fussy cut this. Now my tip with fussy cutting is move your cardstock, not your scissors. Just be careful in between your smaller, and then if you get to this part where the cardstock is sticking, like bumping into your hand, cut it off. There's no use struggling. You can just cut the piece off and go on. Okay, the smaller your piece of paper is, the easier it is to fussy cut, and it does not need to be perfect. It doesn't. Like, just give yourself that leeway of, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to cut these two out, or maybe I'll just speed up the video for you. Okay, there we are, done with our little fussy cutting. And like I did with the previous one, I want to use these little die cuts from the peaches. If you have the peach dies, they're in there. If not, they will be in the kit. And if you don't have that, you can maybe just use a black Stampin' Up marker and just color it black, or there is these little dots. Just ink up one of these little dots and put that in the middle, maybe with black, or leave it. They're pretty just the way they are. Now I'm using the smaller ones. We used the bigger centers the other day with the bigger flower. Now I'm using the smaller centers. There we go. So like, I die cut these ahead of time, keep them available. I'm just going to grab this again and give them some extra dimension. Just use the back of the Take Your Pick tool with the lid on, and just press them into your stamp and pierce mat like so. And I'm also going to use the little, let's do the little ribbon. This is the Mossy Meadow braided linen trim. It was on the clearance rack. I'm not sure, there may still be some on the clearance rack, but it is retired. If you have your kit, it will be in there. You can check the clearance rack, but as I said, it is retired. I love these trims. I probably used rolls and rolls and rolls of it. And hey, I have rolls and rolls in my stash, so I can just keep on using it. Okay, that might be a little bit big still. We'll see. Okay, we have that, and we have the little bead there. Let's think, if we put these two here and that one underneath, tuck that underneath maybe. Is that too big? Maybe. Yeah, let's just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, get it. Loops the same size now. Yeah, that's better, and I'm just going to cut this shorter. Oops. Keep on saying I need new ribbon scissors, because these are, yep, okay. Yeah, I think I will put the DSP there. I have another example without the DSP, and I will show you, and then you leave a comment in the description and tell me, do you like it with the DSP or do you like it without? Okay. Oh, that'll be nice if I can get this straight. There we go. I like to put my treats in while decorating the top of the box, because then you're working against something. There is something giving you resistance at the bottom. I'm not going to put glue on this little stem because I may want to cut it off, okay? And it'll be secured by all the other elements anyway. So I might want to cut it off, or I'm not going to adhere the flowers with dimensionals because I feel like there is enough dimension anyway. But I am going to add black dimensionals. On the back of my ladybug, and here comes the sun. It's stuck on that. Oh, I almost said antler. That's not an antler. Antenna. Getting distracted. It's a race against the sun every morning to get my video done. Well, not every morning. Where do we want our ribbon? Right there. We want our bee buzzing off. Right there. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. And this little one, we're almost done. A little flower. Right. Right there. Right where? Yeah. Nice, and glue dots. Close that a little bit for, there we go. Lift up the wing, add our bow. There we go. Okay, stop fiddling with it. So there is our second project of our free online class for August. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to bring in my other sample here. Here's the other one I did without the DSP. So let me know which one is your favorite, with or without. And then there's our card that we made last time. And what is in the box? It is the Ghirardelli Squares. Doesn't that color just absolutely work? Oh, this little corner, just tucking it in. Doesn't this color just work amazingly with our bees? Okay, so there will be one more project coming. So please subscribe, stay tuned for that one if you don't want to miss it. And then give me a thumbs up if you like the project and you want to see more of these. I hope to have some more celebration items coming out, but they're selling out so fast. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see stuff with the celebration items, if you got it, or if you just go on. They have released some extra celebration items, so I will hopefully post that as soon as I have posted the project kits, the class packets, on my website. I'm a little bit behind with it, with school starting and everything, but hey, I feel a little bit behind all the time. So I will just see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.